Living in America as a black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon. So New York City Mayor Eric Adams on Friday, he urged social media companies to ban drill rap music videos that glorify and promote violence. Now, there's a lot of things that Eric Adams has said that I definitely don't agree with, for sure. But this is actually something that I actually agree with. But let's continue. They say the mayor's plea came a day after he gave an emotional speech about the life and death of 18-year-old drill rapper Jaquan McKinley, a.k.a. Shy Wivitz, I guess is how you say his name, who was gunned down in Bedford-Stuyvesant last Sunday. Now, Adams said he was not familiar with drill rapping, which tends to have a dark, violent themes, often including killing with semi-automatic weapons, until he spoke to his son Jordan Coleman, who works with Jay-Z's Rock Nation. He said, I had no idea what drill rapping was, and my son sent me videos. He said it was alarming. He said Adams said he wants to meet with social media companies and tell them to take drill rap videos off their platforms. Like I said, you have a civic and corporate responsibility. Adams said it would be irresponsible to continue to give violent rap music videos a platform after Twitter banned former President Donald Trump for posting what it deemed as objectionable and inflammatory content. He said, we pulled Trump off of Twitter. He said because of what he was spewing, yet we allow music with displaying of guns, violence, and we allow this to stay on the sites. He said following a press conference. Now, he said, we are alarmed by the use of social media to over proliferate this violence in our communities. He said, this is contributing to the violence that we are seeing all over the country. He said it is one of the rivers that we have to dam. Now, I disagree with that on that one part where he said drill music is the reason why we having violence all over the country. That's a freaking lie, okay? So don't even go there. That's people that don't even listen to drill rap. And so let me make sure to say that. That's committing all kind of violence. Look, so all these freaking Mzungus that's committing crime, they're not listening to drill rap. So don't even go there. Because see, the issue that I have with him even saying that is you trying to center it on black people. And there's crime being committed by people of all communities, So no, you can't put it all on drill rap, Eric Adams, and ultimately trying to put it all on black people. That's the part I caught with him that I don't agree with, and I'm definitely calling that out. I do agree with not allowing drill rap to be out here like that. I'm going to explain further why I agree with that, but no, we're not going to put this all on black people. Now, Adams, he also said that he will meet with some of the top hip hop artists to talk about the violence promoted by drill rapping, which is causing the loss of lives, he said, of young people like them. Like I said, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter had no immediate comment that said Adams' campaign against drill rapping comes ahead of his lobbying trip to Albany next week, where he will urge Governor Kathy Hochul and legislators to support his plan to curb gun violence, that he is facing resistance from some fellow Democrats in his bid to toughen the state's controversial bail law and prosecute gun-wielding teenagers who are now exempt from being charged in criminal court. So he also plans on meeting with civil rights leaders, including Al Sharpton, oh God, and the NAACP, wow, okay, about his crime-fighting agenda. But let me say something about drill rap and that kind of violent music. I noticed that when the rappers do say something about other groups of people, the record labels stop them real quick. I always bring up Michael Jackson. He wasn't no drill rapper at all. Is that when he made a reference to the Jewish community, they immediately took that part of the song out. When Rick Ross was even insinuating about violating women, giving them some sort of drug to do so, they immediately took away his Reebok deal and took down that music, right? Okay, so when you talk about other people, that's fine. The reason why I'm against any kind of rap music that talks about harming black people, first and foremost, every other word you're using the N word. And that's always been my issue. Is that why do you want to ingest that word all the time? Aren't y'all tired of saying that word? I mean, seriously, our ancestors fought and died to not be called that normally. Now, not only we saying it, we up here, well, I can't say we, but some of y'all are up here defending Joe Rogan's use of it. I mean, you got the dude with the UFC. I think what is he? He's an immigrant. I don't know if he's Nigerian or whatever, Ghanaian. I don't know what he is, but he's up here defending his use of it. I mean, man, it's like y'all just ready for the plantation. That's why if you go to my Instagram, I was just showing how black folks look defending Joe Rogan, right? I mean, this is how low that a lot of y'all have sunk, that you're defending white men using the terminology. That is sad. That is extremely sad. But in this music, you always talk about dealing drugs to your own people, harming your own people, killing your own people. And that's fine. And that's what you want to hear. I don't listen to that crap. Not because I don't like hip hop. I love hip hop music. But I don't want to hear no music that's always talking about harming and killing our own people. And then now y'all can't just keep it just on the music. That's another thing. You can't keep it there. You take it from the music to the streets. Because you got to live what you saying in this music. You can't look at it, okay, hip hop is an art form, right? That's what it is. And we will keep it there. No, you take it to the streets. And this is why every other week you're seeing a little rapper get killed in the black community. It's not the genre of music. You don't see the Kendrick Lamar's always in trouble, do you? You don't see the J. Cole's always having some problems or whatever. No, you don't. But these drill rappers, all these quote unquote gangster rappers, you got to prove you so hard. All y'all got to be tied in with a gang. Why can't you just go to the studio, make your music, do your concerts, do your appearances, do everything that you're going to do? Do that and just make your money, bruh. But no, y'all want to prove y'all so hard. I would not want to be in any kind of genre of music where I got to be walking around here acting like I'm hardcore all the time and I have to associate myself with a street gang. Why? It doesn't make sense. I'm all for all that coming down. I'm for it. But you know who? It's not the social media companies, because let's call it what it is. The record labels is the issue. But see, I've seen people. This is where the hypocrisy come at the social media companies. Because the dude's right. They took Trump down for a whole lot less than what they talk about in this music. You got black folks that have been removed off of social media platforms, not even talking about harming the black community or anybody, speaking against things that they see that's going on, but they a little bit more, hardcore in how they speak, and they get removed off all the time. So how is it that you allow drill rap on YouTube, because they talk about their violent content policy and all these different things that they have, right? And yet this music is violating YouTube's violent content policy. All the cussing, you talk about hate speech, using the N-word, every other word is hate speech, according to YouTube's policy. Let's call it what it is. Why are their policies followed about that? Just like how they would do on the radio, they could, have a whole nother song for the radio. Why can't you have a whole nother video and song for something else? But my thing is, we need to denounce that. Because I don't care what you say, that is death music. It's nothing about that music is good for anybody to keep ingesting. Then you're putting this music out to the world and saying it's okay to normalize the harming of black people. Either you doing it to each other or the white supremacists are doing it. You understand? We as a community need to come out against this. This is not even following Eric Adams, because like I said, this is something that we should have been come against a long time ago. Our ancestors did not die and fight for us to be making freaking drill rap. They didn't fight and die for that. They didn't fight for the free. Think about it. If they would come back today and they would listen to drill rap, they'd be like, what is this? You imagine Malcolm X listening to drill rap right now and hearing what y'all saying? Could you imagine Martin Luther King coming back and hearing everything that y'all saying? I'm like, man, I fought and died for this. This is what y'all doing with my sacrifice? I know those brothers would be disappointed. I know they would be. Do you imagine Fannie Lou Hamer coming back and listening to that? They would say, what happened to our people? We wasn't doing this when I was alive. Yeah, we were suffering, but we wasn't doing this. Black folks used to make just awesome music, and they still do. And I understand these record labels, what they do, and we know good and well who own these record labels. We know who own them. But we got to take a responsibility in our own community as a consumer to say, no, that's raccoon music at this point. Anybody sitting up here talking about killing black folks, dealing drugs to black people, and saying the N-word every other song, that's raccoon music. We don't want no raccoon music. You got enough talent to talk about everything else. Talk about getting that your real enemy in the music. Talk about that. Watch how they don't let that music come out. Your real enemy ain't black people. But yeah, I denounce drill rap. Anything that talks about harming our people, I denounce it. Completely denounce it. And you sit them there listening to that mess, and you wondering why black folks have so much hate for each other. Well, you listening to hate constantly. Coming out the mouth of our own people, being promoted by other communities, and they're making billions off of it. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the situation here, with Eric Adams. Like I said, he's not going to get away with trying to blame black people for all the violence in the country or drill rap. That's a freaking lie. I want to make sure I say that. No, you're not going to put the Mzungu crime or any other crime. No, you're not going to put that on black people. That's them people doing what they normally been doing. But I'm with you on trying to get rid of that drill rap. Because like I said, all that mess violates community guidelines on every platform.